Welcome to Uptown Doula, a podcast that keeps busy parents like you from freaking the fuck out. I'm your host, Haley Jasmine.
Haley had the opportunity to sit down with Gianni Masciopinto, beer lover, yoga instructor, pure optimist, director of marketing and sales for Royal Bliss Brewery, and just an all-around awesome, chill dude with a passion for good beer. Gianni chats with Haley about Royal Bliss, the owners, Larry and Ginger Griffen, along with legendary brewmaster Chris Wortman. This extraordinary team has great plans for Denver's brewery, which will be located at 7532 Royal Bliss Court in Denver. We are so excited to have him on, so grab your beer, settle in, and open your imaginations as Gianni takes us inside the brewery, and I promise you won't be disappointed. They are scheduled to open their doors in late February or early March, so for more information on Royal Bliss, you can visit their website at www.royalblissbrewing.com. Be sure to subscribe to their online newsletter so you don't miss out on future events, and most importantly, their grand opening, which will be here soon. Enjoy.
Alrighty, let's get into this because I'm excited to have Royal Bliss Brewing Co. in the podcast studio. Mm-hmm. Yep. Royal Bliss is a brand new brewery located in Denver, North Carolina, and you're aiming to open as early as March?
Yeah, right now our tentative date is looking to be open before the end of February, but likely is beginning of March, I would say.
Oh, we're so excited. So why am I excited about this is because RBB is going to be the official OG brewery in Denver, North Carolina, and I also live in Denver, so there's this local factor to my excitement. And if you're listening and not familiar with where Denver is, we are located 25 minutes north of Charlotte on the west side of Lake Norman. Beautiful place, totally worth visiting. And once this brewery gets popping, there's going to be a lot of people coming in. So super excited. My family moved here 3.5 years ago. We came from, Illinois, where there's tons of breweries. So when we came here and we found out there were even more, it got us really, really excited. So happy you're here.
Glad to be here. Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. So our audience loves a good backstory. And I don't want to spoil anything for them, so I'm going to let you take over. Share with us the story behind Royal Bliss. Who are the owners? What's their story? Awesome, it's a husband-wife team.
You betcha.
I want to hear about it.
Cool. Awesome. Yeah. So right there, you hit the first part of it. It is a husband and wife team, Ginger and Larry Griffen. They have had their own businesses before, and this is their first business they've done together. So they're insanely excited about it. They've just been collecting some really great people onto the team to make this dream happen. It started out just a couple of years ago as an idea where Larry was enjoying a faux retirement. He's not really the kind of person that can retire. He's just got to keep doing things. And decided, just got really into the brewing world and basically decided, I'm going to do this. There's not one in Denver, North Carolina, plenty around Charlotte, as you all know, and even in Cornelius and the Huntersville area, there's a lot that have popped up, but right now there's not any in Denver. So he's put together an all-star team and just super pumped to get started.
Now, speaking of the all-star team, you've got a brewmaster that came from a pretty popular brewery in Charlotte. His name is Chris Wortman. What's his story? Let's talk about him for a second. He sounds amazing.
He is probably going to be one of my new favorite people. So I've only been on the team here myself for 2 weeks, but had an opportunity to sit down with the dude and just get into his head and hear his story. Just a fascinating guy. The fast forward of it is, he had a fairly normal upbringing in Maryland, and in Pennsylvania, and then ultimately went to the Navy. Spent 8 years there. During that process, he started getting into home brewing, just kind of figuring it out himself. He's a very scientific-minded gentleman. And
you have to be.
Yeah,
because he got a degree in fermentation, correct?
100%, yeah. So that was his, he got that degree with the intent to have a leg up in the industry, to say, I'm going to be behind the craft, the real craft of it, the scientific side of it. Everyone likes to drink it, and a lot of people like to make it, but really getting into that chemical background to understand how it all gets put together is part of his passion. So he's really bringing a lot to the table where that's concerned. So right out of college, out of getting his second degree, his first degree was in political science. Then he went to, I should say, the teachers from App State, where he got his second degree, connected him directly to the team at Unknown Brewing, and made a good impact, joined the team, and within 3 months got a promotion from cellarman to brewer. With another 3 months, he got promoted to head brewer and was really in charge there for about 3 years of their brewing production. So he put his heart into that and just really was a sponge to enjoy as much as possible and really just learn about the brewing process, which is what he now is excited to bring to our table, in that he's able to create the recipes, start from scratch, and really create something from that base level. That's
amazing. And we're so excited. My husband, he's bummed that he couldn't be here. He's totally going to listen to this podcast and be like, I want to be there and pick your brain about Chris. But so let's,
really awesome guy.
I bet. So let's, take a moment. Let's use our imaginations and step inside the brewery.
My gosh, yes.
I've been staring at this brewery because I live in Denver and, we go out to eat a lot around where the brewery's located. And I've been staring at it for months now. Like, okay, I'm ready for this thing to open. It's beautiful on the outside. The first thing that you notice is the patio. Yeah, the outside patio is like staring at you. So let's take a minute. Let's step inside. I got an awesome opportunity, thanks to you, to actually go inside, and I was blown away. I mean,
it's cool, man.
It's cool. These guys did not play around. Like, there was a lot of thought that went into creating this brewery. So talk to us about what can people expect when they walk in?
Sure. Well, to take one step back from that, of what inspired the architecture was the intent and the philosophy is about creating a space, first and foremost is about creating a space that people will feel comfortable and is somewhat elevated from most brewery experiences. Not to say that we're a better brewery, although we're certainly very proud about what we're creating. We wanted to create a feeling, I should say they, Larry and Ginger, really wanted to create a space where people just felt comfortable, a cheers atmosphere that was just, I can't put it any other way besides comfortable. So when they were thinking about how that could look, they worked with this incredible architect, an incredible building team to create the world's first mass timber brewery, which means the entire thing is made of wood. There are obviously little elements and things that are structurally necessary that are metal, particularly like for the elevator and whatnot. But everything else, this timber, it's definitely not log cabiny. It's not that kind of like rustic vibe. It's refined.
It's beautiful.
This wood is just, it's beautiful. I mean, the ceilings are nicer than my home floors. It's just gorgeous from top to bottom. And just thinking, they thought about the flow of it and how the bartenders and the staff and how the people and how the everything gets ordered. It's just a very thoughtful space. I think most businesses, let alone breweries, they go into another space that already existed. We had the incredible privilege to build this from scratch, so it is built to be a brewery and nothing else.
Yeah.
So we're just it's. I mean, I just can't wait to have people come in there. Come on and check it out. It's going to be, something you probably have not experienced before.
Yeah, the walking inside, I got the vibe of like that rustic industrial feel kind of together, which
okay.
But it was really comfortable being there. It didn't feel like stiff.
Cool.
It's
awesome.
Very welcoming. Even there's construction going on right now, but I was able to use my imagination. I'm like, I can picture myself here. I will probably be the first one at the door when you guys open.
Awesome. Looking forward to having you.
Yes, for sure. So, what can people expect when they walk in? When they step foot into the door, what's going to draw their attention first?
Oh, man.
I know it drew my attention first. It was that equipment.
Oh, yeah. Well, like I said, top to bottom, they've spared no expense here to make sure this is going to be a fantastic space, not only just for the customers and guests, but also for a space to build kick-ass beer. So, God, I couldn't speak exactly to what this equipment is, but it's the top of the line, that I know. And the brewmaster has just, like, every time I talk to him about it, he's just got his eyes wide open. Is just like, yeah, I can't wait to use this stuff.
He's like a kid in a candy shop.
He really is, yeah. And there's just so much passion on the whole team about it. But as far as what to expect, it's that approachable vibe. We're trying to elevate the brewery experience to have it, feel refined, but certainly not snooty or snobby or anything like that. There's no elitism. We do have a king and a queen in our logo, but that definitely isn't a representation of our philosophy of thinking that we are doing anything on that king-queen level.
But it speaks to the balance.
Absolutely, yeah. We'll definitely come back around to that
sure.
idea. But as far as the experience, what someone's going to expect is you're going to feel, wow, this is cool. Then there's going to be awesome beer. There's a great menu. We'll get back around to that as well. But it's just going to be a vibe that hopefully people will use this as their third space, as they kind of call it. Like you have your first space at home, your second space is your work environment, and then your third space is that in between. Where do you spend your time? And we just hope people come and do whatever they do in our space. So there'll be an outdoor patio where the kids will be able to run around a little bit more freely. It's definitely a kid-friendly atmosphere. So it's going to be a range, and then the whole event side of. Really, it depends on the day you walk in is what you're gonna see. But I would say any day you walk in, it's gonna be a comfortable, approachable vibe where people are looking to take great care of you.
That's awesome. And I'm glad you spoke to the kid-friendly piece because
You betcha.
us moms, I'm a mom of 3, and my husband and I don't get out as much as we want to. And with all the transplants in to Charlotte, there's a lot of people here that don't have that family support, that really close friend that can watch your kids. The village, I feel, disappeared just a little bit. People are just moving in from all over. And so when my husband and I do get that opportunity to go out, sometimes we have to bring our kids.
Sure. Yeah.
And it's nice to find a place where you can bring your kids and not feel judged, even though it is a brewery.
You mean you don't just put a bowl of food out for your kids at home? A little bit of water? Just let them...
Park them in the bar stool? Definitely get eyes for that. But it's just really nice. Before having kids, we lived in Atlanta and we visited like Sweetwater Brewery and Red Brick Brewery. And I didn't have kids, but I saw a lot of kids there, and I'm like, okay, when I have kids, I can still hit up the breweries.
For sure.
That makes me excited. I mean, we have Facebook groups out there in Charlotte. I think it's babies and breweries. I don't know, but I'm gonna link the group into the comments because it's a great space to meet new people.
Yeah, definitely.
And to bring your kids and pets, since you have outdoor space, or do you allow pets?
So because we're serving food, pets are not allowed on the inside of the brewery at all.
Makes sense.
And on the outdoor patio during the cooler weather, we will have part of the patio covered with vinyl, and so therefore that'll be considered an interior space. So dogs will not be allowed. No pets will be allowed inside of that space either. But we do have another part of the patio that's on astroturf with picnic tables. Bring your pups, and we'll have a good time.
Nice. And picnic tables. Let's talk about the food.
Sure, yeah. The food.
And this is not food truck food.
No. We've got a very small but very mighty kitchen situation happening where we've got, I don't think that they quite want to release who is the person involved, but I will say if you've been to food trucks in the Charlotte area, you've definitely, this guy that's working with us comes from a food truck who also has an enormous amount of experience in restaurants and decided to partner with us. So he's bringing this incredible, small but delicious menu. Just seeing just the early concepts of it, it's elevated bar food. So it's not going to be a full dining experience where it's going to be a server and all that kind of jazz, but the food's going to be dope. I mean, it's going to be awesome. It's going to pair well with the ingredients, with the beer, and you'll really be able to have a full experience to go there, have something to eat, have a couple drinks, spend some time just chilling out, and hopefully learn something too. I think there's a big spirit of that we're looking forward to, helping people learn about craft brewing, making it as approachable as possible.
Yeah. So, I mean, everyone has their favorites. There are beer lovers, and I don't have the one beer that I gravitate to. I like to try new beers, which is why I like to explore breweries. But there's some people that, stick to their one beer. My father-in-law is a Heineken guy.
Okay.
He just sticks to Heineken. I'm like, how do you do that? But, everybody has their thing. Who are you hoping enjoys your beer? Like when people come in, who are you serving beer to?
So obviously the business answer is everybody. Come on. Everybody come on out.
This is Denver's brewery.
For sure. And that's the spirit of it. But just like you said, everyone's got their thing. We are going to provide options that are on the menu for beer that are very approachable and are just as delightful to someone that might consider themselves a craft connoisseur, really looking for finer flavors and a really carefully balanced, created brew, to people that maybe have never tried craft beers at all. And so we're going to have that approach to the experience and what's on our menu. So who we're looking to serve are just people that don't suck. I mean, if you don't suck, come out and try our beer. Even if you suck a little bit, because we all suck a little bit.
We all suck a little bit. I suck at a lot of it,
right?
But yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So you're brewing beer pretty much as we speak. You're experimenting right now, but
Sure.
once the equipment gets up and running, you're going to be popping out beer like
You
in the
betcha.
next few weeks.
Yeah. So Chris Wertman is crafting an incredible spread of options. Just to name drop a couple of things that I've seen in the back there, you've got your vanilla porter. He's super excited about a lager he created, and people are like, lagers, whatever. But like this, I haven't got a chance to taste it, but I'm sure based on how excited he is, it's gonna be a great friggin' lager. We definitely will have your hop beer IPAs, pilsners. We're also gonna have not brewed by ourselves or not created by ourselves, but we'll also have some wine on the menu, some prosecco for people that beer just doesn't appeal to them. So. Chris is crafting some incredible options back there. And so, like you said, right now he's brewing for the sake of creating the recipes, not beer to sell. So the brewery is nearly operational. We're thinking the next week or so that he'll be able to get in there and start using that shiny equipment. And then we'll be crafting for sale.
I've never met Chris. He sounds amazing. But in my brain, when I'm thinking of Chris, I'm thinking of a mad scientist
100%.
in a brewery.
Super nerd. I said that to him. I was like, "Do you mind if I call you a super nerd?" And he just giggled. I mean, it's what he is. You got to know what you are. And he's just a nerd in an absolutely positive way. A nerd for the chemistry, the science behind this beer. He obviously wants to enjoy the end product, but it's the process and the intent and that whole approach that's really what I think separates him from a lot of brewers.
And he'll love this. I mean, nerds have become really sexy.
Damn right.
I
identify.
I'm a nerd girl myself. I'm married to a nerdy guy who's an engineer, and I get into that stuff. But that's how I'm picturing him right now. And when I meet him, I'm sure he's gonna blend right in and not gonna be that little nerdy science guy. But
he's awesome. Really sweet guy. Like I said, I had the chance to just sit down and just hear his story and just. He's just fascinating. He's been practicing a lot of meditation for the past 5 years. So he's just a balanced, chill dude. I'm always trying to get him to laugh. He's like one of those guys that pretty much keeps it pretty just right here. I'm just going to be, hi, I'm Chris. I'm right here. But every once in a while you get him to giggle and I go, yeah, got him, get him to, lighten up a little bit. Not that he's stuck up in any way, but I'm just saying to let out a little bit of that giggle is what I'm looking for from him.
For sure. Sounds like you guys have a good relationship going.
Yeah, so far. I mean, he's awesome. I'm trying to just not be annoying to him because I'm just being a sponge right now and just trying to learn everything as possible.
Well, he hasn't met me yet. I can be annoying.
Oh, well, we all can.
I know I'm going to go fangirl when I meet him. Well, that's fascinating. I love that. I love that story. Let's talk about you. I haven't heard much about you. So he's doing meditation. For people that don't know who you are, elaborate. You're into yoga?
All right, yeah. So my name is Gianni Masciopinto. I am officially, my title is the Director of Marketing and Sales for Royal Bliss Brewing Company. My background is as an art director for marketing and design firm for just about 8 years, with actually one of the owners that has a marketing agency as well. I'm a certified yoga teacher, passionate nerd, paddleboarder, lover of dirt and all things earth and nature. I don't know. That's kind of a hard question to talk about yourself, but I'd say I'm just super, super freaking excited to be a part of this team and this opportunity to help shape their brand and get their message out there and create some really incredible events for people to come experience the brewery, not just for beer, but also to get something else out of it. It's just an opportunity of a lifetime that I'm just so grateful for. So it's just an awesome time to be right now.
That's amazing. So you're hoping to open sometime in March.
Correct.
And when you go on the website, where's your website? What's your website called?
RoyalBlissBrewing.com. The website is very basic right now. That's definitely on our to-do list to get it a bit more upfitted. But as anyone that has ever created a business before knows, there's a bajillion things to cross off your list. Mm-hmm. And so we're just trying to juggle 100,000 things. But the website will eventually be a place where you can learn about what beer's on tap right now, which will also be on like social media and whatnot. But the website will probably be the best resource to just go to, see what's going on, learn about the events. If you haven't checked us out yet, get a vibe for the space. So that will be coming to be more robust, but right now it's gives you just an overview, just that top level perspective. I think it's useful for that.
And they can subscribe to a newsletter.
Absolutely, yes,
which I've already done because
Beautiful.
I want to know what's happening when it's happening.
Absolutely,
and
yes. So if you go to the website and sign up, you'll be subscribed to our email list, and we'll be just that'll be another avenue of hearing what's going on.
Awesome. Was there anything you want to tell our audience that maybe we've left out that you want to go over? Any events, anything happening?
Oh man, well, see, the event side is something that we're, we obviously will be creating some great events to have people come in. The list is long of possibilities. Obviously, I'm a yoga teacher, so I'm super excited to teach some elevated yoga on the upstairs patio overlooking Denver. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous upstairs view.
And the sun will block out, or the
Absolutely,
building,
yeah.
It's designed where it's going to block out that sun.
Yes.
So in the summer.
Yep. So after about midday, the whole outdoor patio in the back will be in the shade. So come hot summer, it'll still be North Carolina heat, but you won't be getting sunburned at the same time
And
while you're
cold
trying to do
beer
your
at the
shavasana. Yep. And you can all just chill it out and wash out all your chakras with some delicious mindful beer. Yeah.
You can't catch me doing yoga unless there's beer in the end. I'm sorry.
All right. Well, that'll be the carrot we'll dangle for you.
Thank you. Thank you.
So yeah, I think one of the other things, I can't, I'm from the branding side. That's where my background is. So I'd love to just take a second to kind of tell a little bit about the story behind the branding and what our intent is there. As
do.
a professional branding dude, I consider the most important thing for any brand is to have authenticity built into it. So the design and the overall vibe of our brand is based on the intent and the philosophy of the business, not the other way around. They had the idea, they have the intent, they have this focus on, we want it to be, all about taking care of people. We want to make sure everyone feels really comfortable. That's top level, is service, is a core value. And then the second core value is about balance. And so that's really where the logo kind of takes off there, is to say that there's this king and queen logo that is not about being elite. It's not about saying that we are the kings of anything, kings or queens of anything, but really it's about, a way of representing the husband and wife business that, sure, it represents literally a man and a female, but really it's a symbol that's representing balance. It's the left and the right, the red and the blue, the
Yin and yang.
Yin and yang, exactly. Any of those you want to put, the Eeyore and the Tigger, whatever, all the balances of the things is really what we're trying to do. But it's also important to note that it's a pursuit of balance, because there's no such thing as just being balanced all the time. You're going to go in and out. So that's where we're going to keep our ears on the floor and just listen and watch and be sponges for our own audience. And we're going to keep ourselves balanced, not only our ego, but what we're offering. We're going to listen, and it's going to evolve. So it's just all of that is what you can kind of expect from the brand experience. And it's my job to help that tie into the overall experience.
Yeah.
So I had the privilege of actually working on the branding with the brewery before I left the agency I was working with. So that was one of the last projects I worked with over there. And now I get the chance to really sink my teeth in and on a day-in, day-out basis build something special. So
You definitely are.
well, I should say, let me be very
Special.
careful. When I say I'm building something special, I'm trying to help something that already is special be more specialer. It's, the space is going to bring people in. If it was if we just took, the branding is probably not going to be a huge part to why people are going to come in. But I hope that's part of why, or that helps become part of their story, that they learn about our story, they learn about our intent, and when they see our material, that ties it together in this cohesive experience from inside of the brewery to at home, thinking about what to do for the night to, at every level of interaction with our company.
Yeah, and it's a beautiful space. I mean, I'm so grateful that you let me come by and take
Absolutely.
a look. And being on the top patio, I just envisioned a nice, cool spring evening looking out. I mean, it's on a hill, so you can see a lot of Denver.
Yeah, very surprised at how
nice.
beautiful that view was. And looking at the drawings of the building, it's like, oh, cool, that'll be nice. And then you get up there and you go, oh, shit, like that is nice to look at. It is a good vibe up there.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm pumped to put some yoga up there, but I think just sitting and with your craft beer, whatever beverage you get from us, and just chilling up there is going to be one of the most popular spots in the brewery to just chill out. And so I'm not sure if we described that well, but there's an upstairs and a downstairs to the brewery. Downstairs, kind of your main tap room, plenty of seating, lots of open air. That's where you'll be able to get a really good view of the brewing material equipment. Then you'll have the upstairs area. Will be another bar, full service up there that will also be rentable. So if you have an event, any of your listeners that are having a bar mitzvah or circumcision party or celebrating their chapped nipples, listen to your last episode. Whatever you want to celebrate, you can have an event and different levels of what you can rent from us, from just a private room to the whole upstairs to the whole brewery. if you're ready to rock and roll.
Yeah.
So
And fun fact about me, actually, my husband and I, we both love craft beers. So it made sense that we went to breweries all the time when we lived in Atlanta. But when we got married, we wanted to have a unique place to have our wedding reception, and we picked a brewery.
Oh, awesome.
So when I stepped in, I'm like, this would be an amazing place
for sure
to get married.
Yeah. So yeah, we are 100% open-minded to whatever kind of event you might be wanting to put on. I think this will be a beautiful space to make that happen. And we're trying to make we are going to make the private event space very neutral. So if you're having a gender reveal or whatever you got going on, you can definitely make that room feel like it's yours. It's not going to be heavily branded in there. So, like I said, everything top to bottom about this place has just been thoughtful, mindful, and trying to deliver the best experience for anyone that shows up.
You're killing it. You guys are doing amazing. And I can't thank you enough for being on and for, sharing this dream of Royal Bliss. I'm so excited for it to be open. I can't wait. So go to your website, and you're going to have all the events on there once you guys get going.
For sure.
And so everybody, you'll share your events on Instagram and Facebook and everything like that. So we'll keep
all the
keep a
medias.
close eye.
Yeah, I'd say definitely the immediate depending on when this actually goes live, definitely the immediate is about going on Facebook and Instagram. That's kind of our main place where we're going to be posting our information. But as you mentioned, going to the website and subscribing to the email, we're going to be creating some really good content for that as well. And just... we're just so excited.
So subscribe and follow all social media.
You betcha.
With Royal Bliss to kind of keep up to date on everything.
Yeah, and interact, man. I mean, I'd say we invite you to share your thoughts, not only just on the experience. Obviously, you can't go there just yet, so you can't share that part. But what you're looking for and what's missing, and we've done a lot of research and talking and hearing about what's going on and what's not available. And so we really are trying to create something that's going to appeal to the audience we'll be serving, while also trying to find that blend of, all right, but what's our vision? So that overlap of what people want and what we want to create, and that overlap is basically what this brewery is going to be.
That's awesome. That's amazing.
So, we'd love to hear your thoughts. The other day I posted something about, and it was ask the brewmaster. And I think people are a little intimidated maybe to ask questions publicly on social media. But there'll be no bashing, there'll be no internet shaming on our pages. So reach out, whether in a private message or right on the page there, and we'll answer any questions. And we want to make craft beer very approachable. So
awesome. Well, thank you again. Thank you so much.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. This has been awesome.
Good. Alrighty. Well, see you soon.
You betcha.
Alrighty. Thank you so much for listening, and please don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast with your friends. Seriously, it would make my day. For more information on Uptown Doula, please visit our website at www.uptowndoula.com. See you soon. How was it?
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You killed it.
Oh, baby girl.